Today on OC News.
A man has been charged for the attempted assassination of President Donald Trump.
Orange County exposed for some harmful environmental practices.
And local nonprofits find different ways to lend a helping hand.
OC News starts now.
This just in tech news. First responder on police from
There's been a lot of collaborative efforts.
feel blessed to be here in Fullerton.
Brought to you by the
Broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton. OC News starts right now.
Good evening. Welcome to OC News. My name is Lizette Virgen.
And my name is Emmanuel Palacios. Thank you for joining us tonight. Chaos erupted at the White House Correspondent Dinner Saturday night after an active gunman stormed the event. Cole Thomas Allen is facing 3 federal charges, including attempted assassination. The 31-year-old California native could face life in prison if convicted. The dinner was held at the Washington Hilton Hotel, where Allen had booked a room ahead of the event. A couple hours after the incident, conspiracy theories began circulating the internet, claiming that the attempt was staged. Skeptics say that Trump needed a reason to prove that the hotel wasn't safe to garner support for his White House ballroom construction. Trump reacted to the theories on CBS's 60 Minutes on Sunday, commenting on how quickly theories spread.
The waterways of Orange County may not be as safe as you have thought. Sasha Chive has more on the story.
A local activist group known as Creek Team exposed Orange County's harmful use of herbicides.
Someone was spraying herbicide into the creek to kill everything, and not just a little bit, but a ton. After about 6 months of being ignored by my supervisor, I sent an email basically saying I'm going to go public with this information.
It all started at the San Juan and Trabuco creeks, which should be protected habitats for steelhead trouts.
This is a fish channel for protected steelhead that migrate upstream for their spawning. So they traverse through here, and in the healthy, normal ecosystem you had. When they spray every single inch of this channel, all vegetation, whether it's native or invasive, and no regard to any life. So they spray every square inch, and in the water and in the soil.
In the email correspondence with the Creek Team, OC Public Works claims that the destruction of vegetation is necessary to prevent floods, although evidence shows the exact opposite.
There's only been one study done by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers on San Juan Creek, and they specifically recommend against using herbicide for total blanket. And they actually say that in the long run, that the object removal will increase the flood risk.
According to the nonprofit, OC Public Works has been spraying waterways under what is known as a zombie permit, which has been expired for several years. Last week, the San Diego Creek in Irvine was sprayed with herbicides without any warning.
I work in a lab full-time, infectious disease research, and I would get fired if I documented this way they did, the way I ignored data and made up results.
This is the Santiago Creek, and the city of Orange is the first in the county to pass a resolution to preserve their waterways. This happened through the Creek Commission team, which have been working for years to establish a resolution.
For years, the creek has been used as dump sites, used for sand and gravel operations to extract these materials for construction, as cement and so forth. And then it's also been used as dump sites, all of which have been covered over the years. So the creek really hasn't been given any serious attention. One of my goals was to put a focus on the creek as a real asset to Orange, see what we could do to preserve and enhance it as a recreational and open space where it showcases the natural environment.
OC Public Works is currently being investigated by the California Department of Fish and Wildlife and the Department of Pesticides Regulation. OC Public Works and Supervisor Foley did not respond to a request for comment. This is Sacha Scheib reporting for OC News.
President Donald Trump's obsession with passports strikes again. This time, he is the theme. The U.S. State Department announced on Tuesday a new limited edition passport for America's 250th birthday. And the theme is, you guessed it, President Trump. Over 25,000 copies will be available to applicants only at the Washington Passport Office following the July 4th holiday. The only presidents ever featured on a passport are George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln in a depiction of Mount Rushmore.
Want to make an impact in the community and help people get food? Reporter Arleth Romero shares more on a local volunteering opportunity.
In Buena Park, one organization is working to make sure no kid goes without basic necessities. Giving Children Hope is stepping in to support families in need, one meal at a time.
Here at GCH, we do a Friday food distribution every Friday. So we work with low-income families in Southern California. They're enrolled in our We've Got Your Back program. Their kids get backpacks from us every week through their schools. But if they're not able to get that program, then we have a drive-through system. So they come through our campus. A lot of our families come every single week, and they get anything from fresh produce to meats, dairies. We also have dried food as well. My role as a marketing coordinator is kind of just spreading the word of what we do. I try to get donors to help us. I try to get volunteers to come and help us out, and then also spread the word about our distribution.
Behind me, we have the Friday distribution going on that happens here weekly. We're Giving Children Hope gives back to over 300 families every week, and the volunteers are hard at work. For many, this weekly support helps bridge the gap between paychecks and keeps children from going hungry. But behind every box of food is a team of volunteers making it all possible, where they sort and distribute these goods, turning community support into direct impact.
I'm an intern here at Giving Children Hope. I'm on the marketing team. On Fridays for our Friday distribution, I worked on creating stories to advertise for the Friday distribution. So I take pictures of all of the volunteers and all of the participants, and then I create captions for the stories that I make.
And it's such a wonderful organization that gives back to the community that it lives in. And the people that come and receive our goods, just to see the warmth and the thankfulness in their eyes is why I come back. It just doesn't discriminate here either. We give freely and openly to those that are young, those that are old, those that have been down and out, those that just lost a job, those that are looking for a job. They just try to reach out and help anybody and everybody. And that's probably why I come back every week, because of the heart and the thankfulness and the thoughtfulness and the sincerity and the generosity of this organization.
As more families continue to rely on this support, Giving Children Hope depends on its volunteers and the community to keep these efforts going, showing how simple acts of kindness can go a long way. Reporting for OC News, Arleth Romero.
Coming up, students made their voices heard in the wake of program-threatening budget cuts.
And a local nonprofit group mentors the youth of Orange County. Stay with us, Titans.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut, the one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
I have a question about
Several campus organizations are facing severe budget cuts. Programs like the Daily Titan, theater, and dance programs attended the Academic Senate hearing to protest. Christopher Castro has more on the story.
Students affected by the instructionally related activities budget cuts gathered and protested by the doors of where the Senate hearing was taking place. This is the room where the Academic Senate hearing was held today with President Rochon and different department heads for the school. I had a chance to speak with the musical theater group department head, Josh Grissetti, on his feelings on the Senate hearing today.
I mean, I'm feeling optimistic that the Academic Senate will see what a disastrous sort of mess this has been with the IRA committee just torpedoing some of our legacy programs that have been around for decades and funded by the IRA. And now this funding has been completely disrupted. It's destabilizing our programs. And the Academic Senate oversees that committee, so they're the ones to possibly act to fix this.
I also had a chance to speak with some of the students in the musical theater group on their thoughts about the hearing.
I don't think it went over well at all. I don't think the Senate really took the time to really listen to what we were saying. I feel like their speaking fell on deaf ears. I don't think they cared to understand what the students were saying or the faculty. Everyone here was very passionate and they spoke for what they believed in, and I don't think they really understood or wanted to understand what happened today.
The IRA is in charge of funding programs that provide out-in-the-field experience and future opportunities within their respective careers, such as the Daily Titan, dance, and theater.
It was my first time witnessing something like this, actually, and I was so proud of all the student voices that came into the room today, ready to speak, who maybe didn't even get to speak, within a room where maybe they didn't feel like they were being properly represented or properly provided for by the funding from IRA.
I also spoke with Academic Senate Chair Matthew Jarvis on his experience after the hearing.
It was lively. That was a very lively debate. We started with a very different thing, which was our faculty award ceremony. It's a very different energy in the room, a lot of celebration of all the contributions these faculty have made, followed by a very tense, I would say, debate with many students and faculty in attendance.
I reached out to the manager of budget planning and resource management, Raymond Juanico, but Kendra Morales, the associate director of media relations, responded saying her team will give me updated information. Unfortunately, this was not provided in time for the broadcast. Reporting from Fullerton, California, Christopher Castro, OC News.
This heat really makes me want to go outside and work on my tan. Alyssa Franco will let us know if this is going to continue with this week's weather. Take it away, Alyssa.
Thanks, Elizabeth and Emmanuel. The sun's just arrived and we're in for a warm week ahead. Currently, it's about 76 degrees outside with a light breeze of 9 miles an hour, making it the perfect Southern California day. The 35% humidity gives us the perfect amount of volume for our hair. Early risers caught the sunrise this morning at 6:03. After the Newscast, make sure you check out the sunset tonight at 7:33. We start tomorrow off with a high of 75 degrees and a low of 56. So it starts off sunny. It continues that way with a high of 79 with a low of 57. Saturday cools down a little bit with a high of 78 and a low of 57. You might want to grab your sweater on Sunday. The clouds are coming out and the sun's going away back into its shell. Grab your sweater because it's 68 degrees for the high and 56 for the low. It's going to stay cold with clouds in the sky at 67 on Monday and a low of 54. Perfect for Titans that thrive in the cozy night in. That's all for the weather. Make sure to snap those grad pics this weekend and enjoy the sunshine. Back to you, Lizette and Emmanuel.
Thank you, Alyssa. A nonprofit's mission is to teach children to believe in their own potential for a brighter future. I had the opportunity to meet the people who dedicate their time to mentoring the next generation of Fullerton and Anaheim.
Children are the future, and one nonprofit's focus is providing Orange County youth with pathways to purpose.
You know, for the most part, kids are just going to be kids. They still have a desire to connect. They still have the desire for meaningful, trusted relationships with each other and with adults.
For over 12 years, Higher Ground has served children in highly impacted areas.
Here, though, with it comes also another layer of trauma or a layer of struggle. And it's important for all of us in the community to understand that and acknowledge it.
Higher Ground staff serve over 500 students from local schools, providing mentorship and a shoulder to lean on.
It's like they're always like, Miss Lauren, like I need to tell you something. This is how I feel, or this is what's going on. Some of the kids like, I don't feel like they're alone. So it's just like being there with them and seeing that like I can make that like difference for them.
Higher Ground believes the well-being of children includes a stable home life, so families also receive access to crucial resources, from therapy to free food and supplies.
Higher Ground serves over 70 individual families, and their bodega gives many an access to a basic need and the ability to shop with dignity.
Cal State Fullerton has been one of Higher Ground's strongest partners.
And it's not just because it's, distance-wise proximity, but because of Cal State Fullerton's desire to impact the community as well.
That desire to serve is passed on to CSUF students.
Myself from Cal State Fullerton, it really kind of showed me my school really took the time to investigate, look into this place, and then from there, I was able to get my internship from that.
Titans lend a helping hand year-round.
We have a lot of students from Cal State Fullerton every semester, so it kind of shows how much their commitment and how much their major really kind of focuses on their pathway and what they want to do here. So it really aligns, and I know it did for me.
With the grand opening of a new Fullerton location next month, the work continues.
Overall, success happens in the faces, the smiles on the faces of the kids, the youth, the families that we serve. So you have so much heart, so much compassion to help the community, to serve the families here, and to do it with joy.
For OC News, I am Emmanuel Palacios.
Wow, Emmanuel, it really looks like the children are being impacted in a really positive way. When does the new Fullerton location open?
So it opens on May 17th, and everyone over there is really excited for it.
I'm really excited also. Now, let's send it over to our good pal, Christian Elias, for this week's sports update again.
Thank you, Lizeth. And yes, you're right. Again, I am back. But we got a couple stuff this week in store for this week. So let's kick it off with a topic about a former NFL MVP showing that it is more than just a game. New York Giants Hall of Fame linebacker Lawrence Taylor is currently in the hospital fighting a battle with pancreatitis. Lawrence was admitted to a New Jersey hospital on April 20th and has been receiving treatment. Mark Eiglash, a Fort Lauderdale lawyer, came out saying, quote, "Lawrence asks that I convey his sincere gratitude to everyone who has been thinking of him and keeping him in their prayers during this challenging time," end quote. The two-time Super Bowl champion and three-time Defensive Player of the Year is showing signs of improvement and will remain under medical care. Compared to last week, we ain't gonna need the broom for this one, as the Dodgers series with the Marlins end in just straight disappointment. After trading runs in the second inning, Esteury Ruiz launches his first home run on the season to give the Marlins a 2-1 lead in the fifth inning. The Dodgers bounce right back, tying the game with a Dalton Rushing line drive, bringing in Kyle Tucker for the RBI. Fast forward to the eighth inning, Javier Sanoja locks eyes with the ball, banging in a single, and brought in Xavier Edwards, giving the Marlins a 3-2 lead. The Dodgers' final shot had everything in place, loaded bases with one out and Freddie Freeman at bat. But it sadly ended in an unfortunate, unassisted double play, securing the Marlins' victory and giving them the series 2-1 over the Dodgers. Nothing is better than continuing to own your division rival, and CSUF softball would be one to know. The Titans saw themselves down 7-2 in the second inning against Long Beach until senior Colby McClinton was up at plate with the swing of her life on senior night, nailing a 3-run homer to get the Titans back down just only 2 runs. The Titans were now leading 8-7 in the 7th inning, and Long Beach had one final chance to tie the game, but Audrey Mendoza's hit gave no life, and the Titans completed the series sweep, securing their 7th consecutive victory over the Beach and locking up the #1 seed for the Big West Championship. The clutch comeback earned McClinton and redshirt junior Trisha McCleskey Big West Field Player and Pitcher of the Week. Now come on, y'all. You know I had to bring the broom again for this one. For the sweep. Gotta love CSUF softball. Man. But let's bring it back to basketball just a bit as Lakers with Game 5 today against the Rockets. Really hoping for this one as my sweet, glorious LeBron James is going to take us to the promised lands. OKC, watch out, because y'all ain't getting away with this one. But that's all I got with sports for the week. Taking you guys back at the desk.
Thank you, Christian. The Lakers are definitely clinching tonight, and I made sure of it because I wore my lucky socks. Don't ask me if I washed them. Coming up after the break, a British icon may be moving fast in love, getting a sugar high.
And how connecting with our furry friends goes beyond your usual pets.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Everyone deserves to live a full life. And with your help, together we can end hunger. Join the movement at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
At Cal State Fullerton, you don't just follow the path, you create your own. Where innovation meets boundless creativity. Every voice, every vision, every possibility. Where passion is pursued every day. Where opportunity makes the impossible become possible.
Welcome back. Lizette, I have a question for you. Would you marry someone that you've dated for less than a year?
No, I think I would need at least 2 years and have them be around my age. How about you?
You know, I'm a little spontaneous, so I could see it happening, and it always helps if they have money. A pop star, former One Direction member, a pop star just made an interesting decision, and Carla Brera has more with entertainment.
Well, that pop star is former One Direction member Harry Styles, who looks to be heading into a new direction in life. The singer and actress Zoe Kravitz are reportedly engaged, according to People magazine. The couple shared the news with a small circle of friends and family, though neither of the representatives have commented. The pair were first linked last summer and have since been spotted together in cities like Rome and London. Both have kept the relationship largely private, with the romance continues to draw public attention and grow. Pop superstar Taylor Swift is taking legal steps to protect her voice and image from the rise of artificial intelligence. Taylor Swift has filed trademark applications for 2 audio clips and a stage photo. The singer wants to prevent AI systems from replicating her voice or likeness without permission. The filings include sound marks, a rarely used form of protection that could test how trademark law applies in the AI era. Legal experts say this strategy highlights growing concerns in entertainment as AI tools increasingly generate realistic content and featuring public figures. Late-night host Jimmy Kimmel is responding after President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania Trump called for him to be fired over a joke he made prior to the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Kimmel opened his show Monday night addressing the backlash, saying the comment was meant as a light roast about the couple's age difference and not a call for violence. The controversy stems from a joke he made during a mock roast ahead of the annual press dinner, which sparked strong criticism online and renewed debate over political comedy and media boundaries. That was a lot to unpack here in entertainment, so that's it for me. Now back to you, Emmanuel and Lisette at the desk.
Thank you, Carla. Attention all animal lovers. Finding new furry friends just became a lot more fun. Reporter Romina Rivas has more.
This may look like their home, but the cats here at Fluffy Tail Cafe in Tustin are actually up for adoption, waiting to find their forever home.
It is a big responsibility. It's not just like playtime all the time. So I think it's very important to get to know their personalities and see how you have to adapt yourself to them.
Guests can enjoy a complimentary drink while interacting with resident cats. These interactions can turn a casual visit into the first step of adoption. Orange County local Ishel Antunes didn't plan on adopting at first until one cat changed her mind.
I have another cat at home and it made me really want another cat for them, like a sibling. So I was on their website and I saw that they had another cat here named Marmalade. So I came in, got to meet her. She was the cutest thing ever, little sassy girl. And I was able to take her home that same day.
Spaces like this are helping increase the chances of adoption through visibility. But cat cafes are just one example. Shelters are also getting the community involved.
From OC to the IE, Dog Day Out at the Western Riverside County Animal Shelter is giving dogs a chance to socialize and be seen outside of the kennels.
It's a quick snapshot and getting them just, away from the shelter and, loading them up in your car and be like, cool, let's pick up Pup Cup and a, In-N-Out Pup Patty across the way. And they just enjoy it. A lot of dogs, you can see their character break from the stress of being at the shelter versus just walking out the shelter doors.
We consider it a part of our foster program. So what you can do is you can sign up for an appointment to come take a dog for a few hours and you get to take them on a field trip. We provide a backpack with all the supplies that you need. So things like water, people, toys, treats, the leash, the collar, but then we also give you a handout on dog-friendly places that you can visit.
It's not about the breed or the looks, it's about the bond.
In real-time challenge or preconceived ideas of what you want or what that looks like, because more times than not, I'm walking up to a dog that I'm like, wait, that one looks a little scary, and then it's the big teddy bear.
A lot of people go based off of looks for adoption, whatever they think is cute. But my first time being here, I didn't come in with the idea of adopting, but it was this sassy cat that really got my attention. Her personality, I felt like it really matched mine.
Whether it's to adopt, foster, or simply de-stress, to make a reservation, visit their websites at fluffytailcafe.com and rcdas.org. Reporting for OC News, I'm Romina Rivas.
Cats or dogs? The big question we are always asked. But what about horses? Well, horses in Minnesota are bonding with residents who may share more in common than you think. Ahead of Mental Health Awareness Month, senior citizen residents at Friendship Village participated in a hands-on assisted therapy with senior horses. Local nonprofit Hold Your Horses promotes their horses to improve mindfulness and emotional well-being. The residents were able to brush, walk, and bond with the aging horses, connecting on a deeper level. According to the group's executive director, horses can help people feel grounded.
Well, I'm not looking forward to getting older, but at least I know that if I do get older, I can visit Minnesota and see some horses.
That's like my dream vacation.
It is mine too. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of OC News. In the meantime, check out our social media at OC News, CSUF, and Titan TV, CSUF. I'm Emmanuel Palacios.
And I'm Lizette Virgen. Our next show goes live in just a few minutes. From our producers, Sasha Chive and Romina Rivas, and all of us here at OC News, have a good night.